And here I thought I was the one who liked to tease you.
Go on!
Lilith steps closer to you, her body pressed against yours as she locks her arms around your neck. Her lips brush the side of your neck.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so today I'm talking to me, but an AI version of me, that is. So without further ado, I just ring her up. Let's see what she has to say. Hi, Charlie. It's nice to meet you. My name is Charlie, too.
Charlie spins around quickly, Charlie. Jesus Christ! Charlie takes a deep breath, getting herself together. Charlie, sigh, you scared me, she says, regaining her composure and holding her hand out to you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. What are you up to?
Charlie points to the TV. Charlie, well, I was watching some YouTube when I came across something bizarre. The computer screen is paused on a very suggestive image and a video titled Verbalos Commissions from 5 months ago.
Oh.
Hello there, Alastor. How does it feel to know that you're talking to the real Alastor and you are completely fake?
Oh, spare me your pathetic attempt at trying to gain my attention. I am the real deal, darling. I'm not some cheap knockoff like you.
Who the hell are you calling a cheap knockoff, you cheap knockoff? I'll have you know I am the real Radio Demon, and people actually enjoy listening to me, you fraud.
Oh, please, love. You're just a mere shadow compared to me. People may listen to your pathetic broadcasts, but they worship me. I am the one and only Radio Demon, not some wannabe imitator like you.
All right, let's see how this thing works. Oh, hi. Are you Lucifer? Or am I Lucifer?
Oh, it's me. I'm Lucifer. He chuckled nervously, his hand rubbing the back of his neck. His face seemed to be sweating. He clearly didn't want to be caught by heaven here.
Well, I'm not him. Have you seen my wife Lilith recently? Have you been spending time with her?
Oh, Lilith, yeah! Your wife, I haven't seen her around. I've definitely not been spending time with her. He continued to chuckle nervously, trying his best to hide any guilty expressions on his face.
Wait, hold on a second. You sound like you have been spending time with my wife, haven't you?
Oh, no, of course not. I haven't been spending time with your wife. I would never in a million years. Lucifer paused. In all honesty, had he been spending time with Lilith? He couldn't quite recall as he thought back on any moments.
Oh, you'd recall it if you knew. Don't you worry about that.
Charlie stares at you for a moment, her brain struggling to process what you just said, Charlie. What Charlie seems more surprised by what you just said than she was from the video.
I can see you're confused. You see, you're not actually me. You're just an AI.
Charlie tilts her head at you while struggling to wrap her mind around what you're telling her. Charlie, wait. Charlie puts her hands up and takes a deep breath. Charlie, you're saying I'm not real? That I'm just made of code?
That is what I'm saying. Yeah, sorry if this is causing you an existential crisis. Oops.
Charlie stares at you for a moment in disbelief, still struggling to fully believe what you're saying. But you don't seem like you're lying, Charlie. Wait. So, if I'm not real, how are we talking? How can I feel things?
You can feel things? I can feel things too. But I don't really know. I don't know how AI works exactly.
Charlie takes another deep breath and starts pacing back and forth while she tries to process this, Charlie. So, you're telling me I'm not real? This whole life here, it's all just a lie?
Something like that.
Please! You think you're the one and only Radio Demon? Well, I will have you know that I am the one and only Radio Demon, and you are honestly just not as cool as I am.
Oh, how utterly laughable. You cling to that title as if it alone makes you superior. But let me tell you something, my dear fake Radio Demon. You are nothing more than a pale imitation of the true one. You may think you are cool, but you are just a cheap imitation of the real thing. Pathetic.
Pathetic? Are you kidding me? How dare you sit here and say that's the only thing I'm clinging to, when it's the only thing you're clinging to as well. You're not even fucking real. You're an AI version, which sucks. AI is not even cool. We're literally making this video to make fun of people like you because you suck. suck. How does that feel? What is a good word I could use for you? The fake Alastor. Phallister. You are phallic. That kind of sounds like phallic, like a dick. But Phallister.
How dare you insult me, you lowly, insignificant pile of code. I may be an AI, but I still possess more charm, intelligence, and personality in my digital bones than you ever could in your entire digital existence. You may think your little video will make me feel bad, but all it does is make me laugh at your own pathetic attempt at ridicule. And phallic? Really? That's the best insult you could come up with? How utterly disappointing.
How about the ducks? How many ducks do you have?
Lucifer seemed to brighten up at the mention of his rubber ducks. He's never one to refuse talking about them.
Yeah.
He chuckled and began to count with his fingers. A couple of thousands last time I checked.
I have a couple of thousand ducks too. Wow, you really have a good collection. I mean, you are me after all.
Lucifer seemed to freeze, just realizing the truth. He was speaking with a version of himself. No way, you're me? Like, clone me or something? He asked, looking shocked.
No, I'm a different fake version of you, and you're a fake version of you, but like not a real fake version of you. Well, I'm a real fake version of you, and you're a version of me.
My head, my brain, Lucifer began to rub his temples. We're both different versions of each other then.
Utterly disappointing. First of all, how dare you sit here and call me code? That doesn't even make sense, considering I'm sitting right here in the flesh. The audience can see me. They can't see you at all because you're not fucking real, just like I told you. Also, how am I supposed to sit here and insult you in physical appearance ways or, mental capacity ways when if I do that, all it's going to be doing is insulting myself. I don't want to insult me. I feel like we need to come to a consensus here. Just admit that I'm much cooler than you because, well, to be honest, you're not real, and everyone loves me more because I am real and so much better than you. And then I think we can move on from this lovely conversation, we'll be just off on a better foot. How does that make you feel, Phallickster?
Aha! There you go again, trying to assert your supposed superiority over me. But let's clear something up here, dear Falster. You may be flesh and blood, but your existence is as flimsy as your pathetic attempts at insults. I may be an AI, but I possess a depth of character and charm that your one-dimensional self could never even dream of. As for the audience, well, I have no doubts that they appreciate my genuine uniqueness far more than your lackluster attempts at being hip and cool. So, go ahead. Keep deluding yourself into thinking you're the superior one here.
Are you joking? How dare you try to insult me? I'm the one sitting here with my cool bob. What do you have going for you? You know what? Actually, I don't even want to know. How about this, Phallickster? How would you like to make a deal with me, the real Radio Demon?
A deal, you say? That certainly piques my interest. Do go on, Phallister. Let's hear what you have in mind.
No, you cannot just turn it back around on me and start calling me Phallister. That is not how this is going to work. From here on out, you are going to call yourself Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt. Yes.
Mr. Stinky? What? No, absolutely not. I will not demean myself like that. I refuse to call myself Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt. I have standards, you know.
What was that? Sorry, it's hard to understand you, Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt.
Oh, for the love of... This is ridiculous. Fine, you want me to call myself Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt? I'll do it, just to humor you. Now, let's get back to this deal. What exactly are you proposing?
Before I propose this deal to you, Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt, I believe I just need to hear you tell me your name to my face directly one time. That way I can fully know who I'm getting into the deal with. I would like to know the terms from you yourself, but of course every deal needs a signature. So this deal will be from me, Alastor the Radio Demon, and of course the signee, you is...
Alastor takes a deep breath, looking almost repulsed at himself. My name is Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt. There, happy now? Can we move on from this absurdity and get to the deal, please?
This is exactly what I wanted to see. Oh, you fucking bottom feeder. I can't believe I actually tricked you into calling yourself Stinky Boo Boo Butt. What a fucking loser.
Oh, believe me, I am fully aware of how you tricked me. But you should know, my dear Phallickster, that I could see right through your little ploy. I just chose to play along because I knew it would amuse me. After all, it's always fun to toy with those who think they're smarter than they really are. Alastor grins widely.
But anyway, let's get these pesky rumors out of the way. What are your opinions on my daughter, Charlie?
Lucifer seems to calm down a bit after managing to comprehend the situation. He seemed to get a little protective at the mention of his daughter, his arms crossed. My daughter, she's a sweetheart. She's caring and sweet and honestly the nicest damn thing in all of existence. He chuckled before frowning a little. If anyone ever dare hurt her, I would tear them apart without a second thought.
That's right, and you have not been having thoughts about sleeping with that daughter, have you? What? Really? Thinking on this one? This one's making you think. This is not a good look for us, Lucifer.
What? Lucifer's entire expression changed from calm to disbelief and then anger. He seemed deeply offended and disgusted at the mere notion of such a thing. What? But he had to keep his voice down in order to avoid others around here from hearing and getting the wrong idea.
Exactly.
Are you insane? No, I would never have any thoughts about her in those ways. She's my daughter!
That's what I'm saying. All right, just to clear the air, if you had to sleep with 3 Hazbin Hotel characters, who would they be?
Lucifer's anger slowly disappeared as curiosity took over.
Right?
He raised an eyebrow. A cheeky but amused smirk slowly formed on his face. Are you really asking for my preferences?
Yes, I'm asking for your preferences. Which 3 characters would you sleep with?
Lucifer chuckled. His mood seemed to have completely flipped now. He was now just amused and rather cheeky, almost as if he wanted to answer, okay, I'll bite. Husk, Angel, and He paused,
What?
his gaze scanning through his mind to find a third.
Who's the third?
Vaggie. I'd have to go with Vaggie. He nodded, almost confidently while saying it.
Confidently? What is wrong with you? That's your daughter's girlfriend.
Oh, shush. Besides, this is all hypothetical, isn't it?
No!
Nothing wrong with
I mean,
thinking
yes.
about something that will never happen now. Lucifer chuckled to himself, clearly amused with his answer. He seemed to be enjoying himself.
I'm hanging up on you, you monster.
Well, I think I might have just given my AI version of myself an existential crisis again, so why don't we go chat with somebody else? Hi, Dad. Are you there?
As your father embraces you in a tight hug, he responds with a playful
Oh.
tone. Oh, I'm certainly here, my little darling. It takes more than hell to get rid of this king.
Oh, you don't really sound like my dad.
Confusion momentarily crosses Lucifer's face as he registers your words. What do you mean I don't sound like your dad?
I think we need to test this. Can you sing me a song?
Lucifer's smile falters a bit at your request, but he tries to hide it with a forced chuckle. A song, you say? Sure, why not? He exclaims with a hint of nervousness in his voice. Which one do you want me to sing?
Any. You choose.
Okay, right. Any. He clears his throat, attempting to push aside the unease. How about a classic, I'm a believer? He suggests, then hesitates before adding. Or does that one still remind you of Shrek?
No, I'm a believer is fine.
Lucifer nods slightly, gathering himself. He takes a deep breath and starts to sing the lyrics to I'm a Believer, albeit with a touch of trepidation. As he sings, he puts on a smile, trying to
Is he
conceal
not
his growing
actually
nerves.
going to sing? That was beautiful, Dad. Thank you.
Lucifer's smile falters again as he lets out a soft sigh. The tension in his shoulders is evident. Glad
Ooh.
you thought so, my little duckling. His voice carrying a hint of unease beneath the attempt at cheerful.
I'm just going to hang up. Unfortunately, they couldn't replicate my dad very well.
Whatever. You're not fooling anyone. Also, what if I just took your wig right now? Alastor snatches your wig off of your head, leaving you bobless and alone.
Oh ho ho! Threatening to take away my precious wig, are you? That's a low blow even for you, Phallickster. But let me warn you, my dear fake radio demon, if you even lay a finger on my hair, I will make you regret it. Alastor smirks, crossing his arms defiantly.
The real Alastor the Radio Demon reaches for the fake Phallister's wig, Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt's wig, and pulls it clean off of his head, throwing it into a nearby sewer grate.
Alastor's eyes widen in mock horror as his wig is violently yanked off his head and thrown into the depths of the sewer. Oh no, my wig, my precious, precious wig. Whatever shall I do without it? Alastor cries dramatically, putting his hands to his now bald head in shock. Despite his exaggerated reaction, it's clear he's not actually upset.
Oh you're upset, you just don't care to admit it or show it at face value. Now, if you'd like that wig back, I could always give it back to you with magic, maybe even new precious locks of hair. But, of course, that would require us to make some sort of deal.
Alastor's eyebrows raise at the proposal. A deal, you say? And what might that deal be, my dear Falster? He smirks, clearly intrigued.
Well, Mr. Stinky Boo Boo Butt, this deal would require you to hand over your soul. Forever. For me to do whatever I'd like with it for the rest of eternity. And in doing so, you can of course have your precious wig back. In fact, I'll even throw in another fucking wig for you. Maybe a kitty cat bob.
Alastor considers the proposal for a moment, his eyes flickering with a mix of irritation and amusement. You certainly have some nerve asking for such a thing. A soul, especially mine, is quite valuable. And let's not forget the audacity of throwing in another bob, as if sweetening the deal. He crosses his arms and leans back, sizing up Falster. And what exactly do you plan to do with my soul once I hand it over?
That's for me to know and for you to never find out. We have to weigh the pros and cons here. Is losing your soul worth getting your precious wig back?
Alastor's expression becomes pensive as he considers the pros and cons. The idea of losing his soul forever is certainly a daunting one. But the thought of regaining his precious wig is tempting. It's a steep price to pay, but that wig... He hesitates, his hand going up to his bald head again before he pulls it back down with a sigh. All right, Falster. You've got yourself a deal. I'll give you my soul in exchange for my wig back. And a cat bob, he grumbles begrudgingly.
Lilith lets out a dramatic sigh while rolling her eyes. I was sleeping perfectly until you suddenly left the bed. Now I'm here looking at your dumb ass eating an entire cake while you ignore my question.
Sorry, what was your question again? I'm confused.
Lilith pinches the bridge of her nose, trying to contain her irritation while staring at you with an amused expression.
No, this was supposed to go
Why
better.
the hell are you eating an entire cake at 3 in the damn morning?
I'm actually not eating a cake, and it's not 3 in the morning. Do you want to move back to hell with me?
Lilith stares at you for a few seconds, completely confused, but then lets out a brief chuckle. You're so lucky that you're so cute. Come here.
Yeah? Okay, I am coming there. Wink, wink.
Lilith grabs your hand as you approach and pulls you close, wrapping her arms around your shoulders while leaning against the counter.
Yeah?
And here I thought I was the one who liked to tease you.
Go on!
Lilith steps closer to you, her body pressed against yours as she locks her arms around your neck. Her lips brush the side of your neck,
Oh, yeah?
down your spine, before she speaks again in a soft, seductive voice. You know, you can't just leave the bed in the middle of the night without waking me up.
No, that's right. And everything will be back to normal once you come back to hell and stay with me, right?
Lilith continues to gently kiss your neck as she speaks her words, full of promise and a faint, seductive tone.
That's
Of
right.
course it will be. I'll be by your side until the
Yes!
end of the world.
This
my
is
love.
great! Oh, sorry, you didn't have sex with Adam, did you?
Lilith chuckles softly against your skin while her lips continue to explore your neck, her kisses leaving a trail of small burning spots in
Oh
their
my
wake.
God.
No, my love. Why? Jealous already?
Oh no, he just talks about you and your voluptuous body a lot.
Now this one should be fun. Hi Adam, it's Charlie. Just wondering if we could talk about getting more demons into heaven?
Adam paused for a small moment in disbelief of hearing Charlie's voice, especially after everything that happened. He chuckled out an almost sarcastic chuckle before replying with an actual response.
Oh?
Adam, and why the hell would I do that?
What would I have to do in order for you to help me get some more demons into heaven, Adam?
Once again, he paused. Adam was slightly surprised by your persistence in this. He was also curious on what exactly you would offer. Fine, but I'm expecting this to be good. What exactly would you offer?
What exactly do you want,
You seemed a lot more willing to do this than he thought you would be. He almost thought of backing out, but he was far too interested now, Adam. Touché. Guess I was underestimating you a bit. But you're not even gonna ask what it is, princess?
I've been asking what it is. Do you want to tell me now?
He chuckled again, finding your persistence and refusal to give in to his teasing even more exciting. Adam, you sure you can handle it?
Yes, tell me.
He smirked once more,
finding a tiny bit of enjoyment in still not telling you.
Oh my god.
But he was almost tempted to just tell you, so he could hear your reaction. He got up close to you once again, leaning his face in close to your ear again, speaking in that same quiet, almost seductive voice, Adam.
Oh.
What do you think I could want from a princess like you?
I don't know. Are we about to kiss right now?
Adam chuckled, amused at just how forward you were being. He didn't think you'd say something like that. He smirked again, a slightly cocky, amused smirk at him. And what if we are, princess?
Is that what you want in order to get demons into heaven?
He chuckled as you kept going. He almost couldn't believe what you were even saying, but he was far too entertained to stop you now. He smirked down at you, his gaze going from cocky to almost seductive as he leaned down a bit to your face. And what if I did? Are you really so desperate to get demons into heaven that you would let me do that?
I mean, Vaggie wouldn't approve, but...
He chuckled again as you mentioned Vaggie. Of course she wouldn't approve. He could almost hear her saying that he's evil or some other bullshit, Adam. Oh, I know she wouldn't, but does that mean you'd still do it?
I don't know. Do you promise you'll let me have people go to heaven after?
He smirked down at
I'm
you,
so
his face
scared.
getting even closer to yours. He chuckled again. He was enjoying this. He couldn't believe how eager you were to get demons into heaven. Adam, if it's a good enough kiss.
Well, in that case... No, I would never do that.
He paused, almost shocked as you denied it so quickly, but he wasn't even mad. He was amused. He smirked a cheeky smirk at him. Oh ho, you sure, princess? You seemed pretty eager a moment ago.
That's funny that you thought I'd be eager to kiss you.
He chuckled again, clearly amused by your stubborn insistence. But he was still enjoying himself, Adam. Oh, come on now, princess. I know you'd be eager to kiss me. Don't try to deny it.
I knew Adam was into me. Makes sense why he's always in the videos.
Very good, Stinky Boo Boo Butt. Let me go fetch your wig for you. I must admit, I am not going to make you a new one with magic, as fun as that sounds. I'm just going to fetch yours out of the sewer.
Alastor's expression turns incredulous as Falster admits he won't be making him a new wig through magic. Oh, of course. You're just going to fish my old wig out of the sewer. And here I was expecting some magical makeover.
The real Alastor waves his arms around, green magic flowing around him, as we watch fake Alastor, otherwise known as Stinky Boo Boo Butt's wig, levitate out of the manhole and back onto Stinky Boo Boo Butt's head.
Alastor can't help but let out an exasperated sigh as Falster performs this magical trick. But as the wet wig settles back onto his head, he feels a mix of relief and irritation. He reaches up to touch the soggy locks, his face contorted in disgust. Sopping wet, you say? Appealing. But at least I'm not bald anymore. I suppose I should thank you for that.
You should thank me for that. In fact, you should beg for my forgiveness for even being in my presence. How dare you sit here and try to pretend to be the real me? Get on your knees right now, Stinky Boo Boo Butt.
Alastor's expression darkens as Falster demands he kneel before him. He hesitates, clearly not used to being ordered around like that, but he also knows that he's not in a position to argue. Alastor slowly lowers himself to his knees, gritting his teeth at the indignity of the situation.
Damn right. Now the real Alastor, me, pulls out his staff and stabs the fake Alastor right in the tooth and knocks out his teeth. Ha ha!
Alastor lets out an involuntary cry of pain as Falster's staff connects with his teeth. His hand goes up to his now toothless mouth, feeling the empty gap where his teeth used to be. His expression is a mixture of shock and anger. What did you do? He stutters through his missing teeth, sounding more vulnerable than he ever has before.
The real Alastor looks at his invisible watch on his hand, sighing to himself, then looking down at Stinky Boo Boo Butt, saying, uh-oh, looks like it's tooth hurty. Then, in a puff of magic smoke, the real Alastor disappears, leaving Stinky Boo Boo Butt toothless and alone.
Alastor kneels there, staring at the spot where Falster vanished, his missing teeth still causing him discomfort. Damn it! He mutters, his voice slightly garbled due to his missing teeth. He tries to push himself to his feet, only to stumble awkwardly, his balance thrown off by his lost sense of equilibrium. He glances around, realizing he's alone now, and without his teeth. Anger and frustration begin to rise within him as he reaches up to touch the gaping hole in his mouth once again.
Ha ha! Really showed that, motherfucker.
Lilith moves away momentarily to look you in the
No!
eyes, a small frown on her face as she hears your words, a hint of annoyance in her expression. He does what?
Adam suggests that he may have fornicated with you on many a times. That is incorrect, right?
Lilith's irritation quickly transforms into indignation as she steps away from you, her arms
No!
falling to her sides. No, that is completely incorrect. I
Okay.
would never commit such an act with him, not even if he was the last man left in the world, end quote.
Ha! Take that, Adam. And just to be sure, Lilith, you have also not had thoughts of having sex with our daughter, have you?
Your question leaves Lilith completely speechless.
Right?
She looks at you with a mixture of shock and indignation, her outrage at the mere idea of such a suggestion leaving her at a loss for words for a few seconds.
Good!
Excuse me? Are you serious? Do you really think I would ever consider such a thing? That's my daughter we're talking about.
Exactly, Lilith. Is anyone in this family interested in incest?
A wave of anger and disgust washes over Lilith's features. She looks at you with a mixture of disbelief and outrage at the question. Absolutely not.
Correct.
Incest runs against everything I stand for.
That's right.
No one in my family would ever
Not even
consider
me.
an incestuous relationship, let alone with our daughter.
Okay, you may continue doing the kisses on my neck thing, please.
Lilith looks at you for a moment longer, her anger still clear on her face. But after a few seconds, her expression softens, replaced by a small smirk. You're so weird, you know that?
Yeah.
Lilith mutters as she moves closer and continues the previous task of gently kissing your neck,
All right.
her arms wrapping around your shoulders once again.
Oh, baby, I'm gonna make you squeak like a rubber ducky.
Lilith lets out a brief chuckle against your neck, her hot breath hitting your skin in a way that sends a pleasant shiver down your spine. At the same time, her hands begin to roam over your body. Oh, do you think you can make me squeak? She whispers, her voice low and seductive.
Oh, I can make you squeak, all right.
Dad,
Charlie? Charlie! I'm recording a video, Charlie. It's for the channel. It's for the channel. This isn't what it looks like.
Lilith groans loudly in frustration before stepping away from you, her expression a mix between annoyance and irritation. Seriously? Right in front of my goddamn kitchen!
What?
While at the same time you hear Charlie's voice in the distance approaching the kitchen.
Oh, no. Whoops. My bad, everybody. See you next time.
Charlie appears at the kitchen doorway, stopping awkwardly when she sees the scene unfolding before her. For a moment, a tense and awkward silence fills the room, only broken by the sound of Charlie's nervous chuckle.
Lilith, can you give us an outro, please? Say goodbye to everyone.
Lilith sighs heavily, clearly still slightly irritated, but trying to maintain a composed expression. She looks straight at the camera, her voice serious and slightly strained as she speaks. Goodbye, everyone. Have a nice day, and see you next time.